Arizona Public Schools could lose more than $1 billion in funding if lawmakers do not vote to override a state spending cap by March 1st.
They are cutting it real close. That spending limit was set more than 40 years ago, and lawmakers have always made sure it wasn't an issue when schools went over it in the past. Elliot Polikoff is live in the newsroom to show us the massive cuts schools could be facing if nothing changes in the next month.
Nicole and Jamie, we have already done so many stories about teacher shortages, student performance issues, and those could just be the tip of the iceberg if $1.1 billion is taken away from Arizona public school funding.
Why isn't anybody talking about this?
Representative Jennifer Pollack doesn't understand why over $1 billion worth of unspendable Arizona school funding isn't a bigger priority.
We've gone above this aggregate cap that was put into place in 1980.
When this has happened in the past, Arizona lawmakers have acted on 3 separate occasions to override the cap. But that hasn't happened yet this year. And if it stays that way come March 1st, that $1.1 billion that schools expected to be able to use will still be unavailable at the beginning of April.
A cut of that magnitude enacted on, April 1st would have teachers going on furlough, would have staff going on furlough, and they're not getting paid.
Chris Cotterman is the Director of Governmental Relations for the Arizona School Boards Association. He says this potential loss of funding would go beyond just what happens on school property.
In some cases, school districts are the largest employers in rural Arizona by far. And so it would have large economic impacts that I think merit not playing politics with it.
But according to Representative Pollack, that's exactly what's happening.
We need to really focus on getting this taken care of sooner than later, because we want our children to have the best schools that they can have.
To that end, Pollack has introduced a bill to override the spending cap and another one to get rid of it moving forward. Those could take days to come to a vote, but Pollack thinks due to different political agendas, voting on this bill likely will take several weeks. Either way, time's ticking.
Unfortunately, I feel like everything is really political right now, and this shouldn't be.
Representative Pollack says one way to sometimes speed up the process in terms of bringing a bill to vote is to have both the Senate and the House present the same bills at the same time. In this case, Senator Christine Marsh, she's offered the same bills as Pollack did. It's also worth noting that in a 2021 National Law Center report, the state of Arizona, they ranked dead last in per student funding. Live in the newsroom, Elliot Polikoff, Arizona's Fan.